Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, you know, we started a program the 1st of January, and the whole idea was that you were going to go get back into your goals and see where you are. Now, I'm hoping, as per your doctor's orders, that you're following, maybe doing 4 tests a day. I'm talking about type 1s here. 4 tests a day, maybe a test after you eat too, just to see what your blood sugars are doing. You know, over the Christmas season, most diabetics go off their diets and whatsoever, and then trying to get back in control of getting up again, getting breakfast, going to the office. The worst thing for a type 1 diabetic to do is to miss meals. Now, you know, when I first got diagnosed, I was brought up that you ate 5 times a day, I think. I think I had a breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, mid-afternoon snack, dinner, and then a bed snack. 5 times a day. And we also did have glucometers back then. And I missed a meal. And to keep a long story short, nothing happened. And that's probably the worst thing could happen to a diabetic. My blood sugars didn't go low, and thinking back, while I was in the hospital, they did this day where you wouldn't have breakfast, but they give you your insulin. They wanted you to feel low. And I started to feel low, you know. I was told all these symptoms. The only thing that happened to me was my heart started to boom, 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 boom. And then they gave me something to eat. But it was close to lunch, I think, so I got lunch. But I've also heard stories of diabetics who don't eat and faint. They pass out from low blood sugars. And I know what it's like in being in a store. I used to work at a grocery store. And I'd be scanning. I was a cashier scanning food, and my whole brain just, I didn't pass out. I was told to go get a snack. But I guess I was ending up giving too much change, and my blood sugar was out to lunch that day. But I did not eat. I did eat. That's probably the better way of saying it. And, those of you who think, oh well, I'm going to lose weight, and I'm not going to eat 4 times a day. I'm going to only eat twice a day. And it's a long time, and if you're not correcting your insulin and telling your team that you're doing this, you're going to pass out. Now, we've heard so many stories of people passing out at work, or people, young ladies who don't eat, who pass out, but nothing's worse. So, don't play with chance. I don't care how many calories your doctor has prescribed for you. If you're gonna eat less food that day, and only that day, maybe reduce your insulin. I'm not a doctor, so, follow up with your own doctor. But don't start missing meals and taking your normal insulin. Now, insulin pumps allow us to do such things because it's giving us a background insulin. Now, if you're on needles, your insulin's kind of there. And if you follow your scheme, and brand new diabetic, and you follow you're going to end up flat on the floor. You're going to, as I call it, investigate the floor. I don't know how many times there was, when I was working at the grocery store, I was doing my turn, and it was actually just time for my break. So I headed off to my break, and I didn't make it like 5 steps, and I smashed into, they had the displays of cans of food or whatever. Now, I ate before work, and it was my mid-morning meal, or what, sorry, not mid-morning, but, it was my meal time, it was my meal break, and I wasn't able to complete the shift. They had to call an ambulance for me. My friend was alerted and went to the hospital. And, come up with a meal plan that works, but with insulin, it's always a tough cookie to manipulate your blood sugars with insulin and exercise and knowing when to lower your blood sugar. If you go to a diabetic education center, now in BC, we have many of them. Especially, In Fraser Health, we have a huge bet. And you should go attend one of these and ask. Any question that comes up, write on a pad, or type into your phone and saying, these are the questions I want to ask. They will help you come up with a plan. Now, even though, yes, you can miss a meal, and yes, you have an insulin pump and everything's fine and dandy. You should stick to the plan. I equate this kind of to acting. When you act in a play, you're given a script to follow. And sometimes they allow you to improvise. And you can improvise, and it may flop, or maybe a hit. But don't go testing things out like on a real work day or when you have responsibilities. Keep yourself close to the plan as much as possible. And what plan do I keep talking about? I keep talking about you and your doctor sitting down, coming up with a lifestyle plan. Trust me, it works. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye now.
This is really